beautiful. The Carole King musical tells the inspiring true story of King's remarkable rise to stardom. The show is now playing at the Straz, and we welcome two of the cast members, Sarah Gurka and Jacob Heimer, who are kind of jamming out already. Yeah. It doesn't matter how many times you hear the songs, you guys are still enjoying them.
We still love it.
Yeah, it's the only musical I've ever been in where I'm like, still a good song. Yeah. Still real good.
Well, I'm glad to hear that. Yeah. People are raving about it, including my boss who came in and talked about how much he enjoyed it. So let's first talk a little bit about your characters, the roles that you play. Sarah, you want to take the lead?
Yeah, I play Cynthia Weil, and she's a singer-songwriter, and it starts when she meets Carole King in 1650. It's a building in Times Square, and they write songs together. She meets Barry Mann, who she then marries, and they become songwriting partners.
Yeah.
And I will say, I mean, you guys can tell you just don't get along at all. I mean, you haven't been joking, having fun at all. I mean, the chemistry.
It's really hard. I mean, work every day is a struggle.
Yeah.
But, you know, we get through it. It's our job. And we have to treat it as such.
I will say, very, very professional.
Yeah, we got to keep it going.
And with that said, no fun at all, as you can tell. Let's talk about the music, because obviously that's, I think, the big draw of the play.
Sure.
And when people really think about Carole King, maybe they don't realize how depth of catalog that she and her fellow songwriters and yourselves have. So talk about when you got the audition and then the honor of getting the role. Were you kind of like, oh wow, this, this, and this?
I didn't. You know, I obviously knew a lot of her Tapestry era stuff. Stuff. You've Got a Friend. You know, It's Too Late, Baby. All these wonderful songs. Feel the Earth Move Under My Feet. But I didn't know, because I grew up with a lot of this music from the early '60s, that she wrote all these hits I was listening to as a kid. Like Up on the Roof, she wrote, you know, Locomotion, and just all these songs for the Drifters, for the Shirelles, Will You Still Love Me Tomorrow, you know, these beautiful songs that have been around forever. And she wrote, I think, 118 #1 hits.
A lot.
And yeah, her songwriting career is ridiculous. And I was really thrilled when I got to audition for Barry Mann, because I grew up with his music too. You know, songs like We Gotta Get Out of This Place, and
On
Broadway, and you
lots
know,
of good stuff.
just a lot of remarkable work.
And it follows her life from when she's 16. She started songwriting when she was a kid, and she had her first #1 hit when she was 17, and she had just gotten married. She had a child. I mean, her life started with a bang, and she changed with the times. And throughout the musical, you get to watch her live her life, go through struggles just like the rest of us, and she creates this incredible art out of it. You know, she makes these amazing songs that everyone really feels like they identify with. And so you get to watch that from when she's 16 to when she debuts at Carnegie Hall. And it's a really cool evolution.
Do you think there's anything surprising? Say people are kind of like, oh, do I want to go see the show? I know all the music. I can listen to the music in my home. What is it about this show? What's surprising? What do audiences come away maybe learning that they hadn't thought of before?
Well, I love to say that it's an underdog story. Yeah. You know, she, right first scene, she says, I tried to sell this song 12 times and no one would take it. And then she goes to this one, you know, the next person, and she finally sells the song, and that's when she's 16 years old. So people come and they want to hear the music, they want to hear like the songs that they love, that they grew up listening to on their records. And people stay for the cool story.
Yeah, and the stories behind the songs are incredible. And getting to see our Miss Sarah Bacco play and bring to life Carole King is an astounding thing every night. She just carries the show for 3 hours. And of course, we get to also watch these incredible production numbers in the wings right before we come on every night, which is such inspiration.
Beautiful.
And you were even complimenting, and unfortunately we're out of time, but you were complimenting the Straz, how wonderful that is. So for another reason to go out, visit the Straz, and right now, most importantly, see beautiful, the Carole King musical. There's the information on your screen on how you can get tickets. Thank you to the both of you for coming in today.
Thank you.